All right, folks, how you doing? WrestleTrueResults303.com. Check out the website. Link in the description box. Once again, thank you for taking time out of your day to be here with me. Time is valuable. You're spending it with me. I appreciate it. This video is going to be, of course, by the title, we're calling it, spiritual or religious unity, because that's what it's truly all about. And since I've started I guess the Catholic movement, the Catholic talk on my station. I've lost supporters. People have told me it's too much. So I'm trying to revamp kind of how I'm going about the topic because, of course, I'm trying to help people. I'm never trying to push people away. So, those who've been sticking with me, waiting for this to happen, I'm working on it. Hopefully, this is going to be the turnaround as I've talked with some people. Like I quoted in another video, I'm trying to be a leader here, trying to be someone that people can look up to. And unfortunately, like a Lecrae song says, the first one to lead is the first one to make big mistakes, the first one to get criticized, and the first one to feel hate. And for myself, it's not feeling hate from others. I'm, kind of disappointed with myself that I evidently didn't get the message across as nicely as I would. So it's just a little hate and frustration on my own part that I wasn't able to connect with some of you correctly. But the first thing I was thinking about is I, of course, listen to a lot of Catholic priests and their homilies and things like that. And one of the guys I listen to, Father Larry Richards, check him out. Really nice guy. I think I like him because as you've listened to some of my videos, you've probably heard me say I am kind of a sarcastic jerk sometimes. Runs in my family. And that's kind of how Father Larry Richards is. So it's something that I can kind of connect with. But one thing that he had told me is even though the Christian community in the United States and the world is so divided between all these different denominations and beliefs and things like that, he himself in his own town, I think he said he's from Erie, Philadelphia, Erie, Pennsylvania, whatever, I don't know, somewhere over there. And he said no matter what, I think it was once a week, once every 2 weeks, maybe once a month, he says he always has a men's group with, him being the Catholic priest, a Protestant preacher, a Baptist preacher, a non-denominational preacher, an Anglican preacher, whatever it is, and all of them come together 1 to 2, 3 times a month and just discuss God, right? And I'm sure there's probably some heated arguments in there. I think he might have said there was some where they'll kind of look at him and say, well, how can you believe that? And, he's like, well, how can you can't believe it? Friendly discussions and friendly talks, I'm sure sometimes they get heated, and that's just the way it is. But, I think that's a beautiful thing. So, I hope some people come back to the channel or can give me advice and want to open up and talk to me because I'm always game. Right now I am surrounded by more Christians than, non-denominational or other forms of Christianity than Catholics. And I think that's a good thing because I like to have that other perspective. As long as I'm not that sarcastic jerk that pushes people away or causes an argument. I've been growing in that way, so that's good for me. Next, I listen to a guy, D1. Some of the music that I play on the channel or the introductions are from his music. And, I would recommend anybody to look up D1 Sway interview from Sway in the Morning. And it's about a 25-minute interview. And they talk about, he asks him, you don't really have a clique in the rap music community. You don't have people that you hang out with. And, he's done songs with Lecrae, Andy Mineo, these other Christian rappers, but he still is not affiliated with them for some reason. And he's my favorite artist. I don't even think he's Catholic, but he's my favorite artist, out there, period. But the thing I thought that was really great is he talked about his closest friend in the rap community was Lupe Fiasco. And the funny thing is, Lupe Fiasco isn't even a Christian. He's Islamic. He's Islam, Muslim, whatever it is. So, his best friend in the music industry, he said the person that he turns to the most when he has problems and struggles in his life is Lupe Fiasco, someone who's not even a Christian. So I think that's great. That's why I made that video called, you know, books of the Bible that anybody can read, or something along those lines. And should Christians study other religions? Because we need to. There's valuable information and there's valuable messages in all these different religions. Of course, I am going to go towards the Catholic faith and the Christian faith. That's just me. It's in my family. It's a part of me. But we do need that spiritual and religious unity. We need to always be able to come into agreement, because that's what it's truly all about. Yes, we're not always going to agree with one another, but we need to be willing to talk and have those hard discussions with one another. So I know, like I said, I might have took the wrong approach. I apologize greatly. I meant no offense to anybody. And it's a learning experience for me. I'm trying my best. And I'm just glad that y'all watch, that y'all are gonna stick around with me and watch me grow and become better. And I'm hoping that I'm helping you do the same. So once again, thank you for your time. Subscribe to the channel, share and like these videos.